This is Techie Granny here to host a retrospective of Jacquie Lawson's Advent calendars. In 2010, Jacquie Lawson released her first electronic Advent calendar, The Village. As of the beginning of 2022, she has released a dozen of these annual calendars. Part 1 of this 6-part series covers 2010 through 2011. Jacquie worked as an artist for over 20 years in many areas, including cartoons. In 2000, at age 57, she taught herself to use a computer. Over a 6-week period, she spent hundreds of hours designing an electronic greeting card called a Christmas Cottage. This card starred her dog, Chudley, and can still be found on her website. At Christmas, she emailed it to 30 friends, who forwarded it to their friends, and so on. Over the next few weeks, Jacquie was amazed to receive hundreds of emails from strangers around the world, all wanting more. The pear cottage in the card is her 15th century home, located in the tiny village of Lurgashall in southern England. In 2001, Jacquie and her nephew, musician and IT professional Mike Hughes Chamberlain, created a simple website where people could download her work. In December, she added the snow dog, and the website could barely cope with the traffic. In February 2002, after a few weeks of frantic programming, they launched JacquieLawson.com with just 5 e-cards. In the beginning, Jacquie designed most of the cards, adding some from a neighbor, Beverly Pass Hughes. Both ladies hand-painted the artwork because the textures and colors achieved looked so much better than the electronic equivalent. Jacquie then scanned and animated the paintings using Macromedia Flash software. Jacquie, who is now retired, used to spend weeks or even months and up to 600 hours developing each card. They often included Chudley, who is long since passed. If you are a fan of his, you can read about his adventures on Jacquie's website. Since I don't have the first 4 calendars, I had to rely on information from other sources for part 1 of this retrospective. This includes referencing cards with identical animations from Jacquie's site. I put together this playlist, which I will refer to as I review each calendar. I will only be showing a small number of screenshots for each animation or activity. Since I am presenting a summarized version of the 2010 calendar, if you want to enjoy the whole experience, watch the first video by Tapsy0606 on my playlist. And now for the Village Advent Calendar. Installing it placed a snow globe on your desktop that you double-clicked to launch the app. The Village Calendar cost $3 US, with a discount if multiple copies were purchased at the same time. It took place in a fictitious village. The calendar had a single opening page and no secondary screen. It centered around a small fictitious village. It had a working clock, and you could see a daytime or nighttime view depending on when you played. Clicking on a red ornament took you to the current day's activities or animations. Gold ornaments were for future days and green for past days. The date and a description of the animation or activity for that day was displayed at the top or in a small box depending on the version you ran. As you can see at the bottom, you had the option to shrink the village back to the snow globe icon, go to the menu, or cycle through the days. The nighttime view showed the phases of the moon. Each animation was accompanied by music, which I won't play to honor the copyright. The calendar featured 23 days of animations, 2 days worth of activities, all related to the holiday season. December 1st. This little town needs a Christmas tree. The market square seems the ideal place. December 2nd. The department store always puts their decorations up first. December 3rd. Something smells good. Have you got time for a cup of coffee? This animation is a typical example of how a scene is slowly revealed. December 4th. The Christmas train is arriving. Are you expecting a delivery? The screenshots at the end are from the Train Tricks card on Jacquie's site. As you can see from the last shot, there really is a Chudley station. This is a type of supplemental information included in the secondary screens of later calendars. December 5th. The pond is iced over. The perfect day for skating. Poor Birdie loses his footing and ends up in a snowdrift. December 6th. Join the queue for a pony ride to Santa's grotto. It's hard to see, but the horse is slowly harnessed to pull the carriage. December 7th. Can you hear some carol singers? December 8th. Somebody is very busy in the bookshop. The shop is named after John Bloom, who designs the opening pages for these calendars. December 9th. Time for a little Christmas music. This is the same animation as on the card Handbell Practice. December 10th. There must be magic in the air. Take a peek at Gracie's toys. These same toys are also seen in the Under the Tree card as shown in the last 5 screenshots. December 11th. Even the birds are getting ready for Christmas. The birds take apart the wreath, so Birdie has to get a new one. December 12th. Up on the hill, the perfect place for a toboggan. December 13th. Have you wrapped your presents yet? Upon completing this activity, up to 3 wrapped presents will appear under the tree in the village. December 14th. That naughty cat is playing with the tree again. This is similar to the card Cat with a Bauble. December 15th. Jack is busy in the town square. December 16th. Watch out, there's an elf about. December 17th. The children have been busy making a Kris tingle. December 18th. Excitement is bubbling up at the pet shop. This is similar to the Christmas fishbowl card. December 19th. Angelic voices from on high. This is identical to the chorister card. December 20th. Chudley finds a way to woo his friend. This is similar to the Molly and the Mistletoe card. December 21st. Santa's little helper is busy cleaning all the chimneys for the big night. December 22nd. Birdie does his Christmas shopping. December 23rd. Visit the florist for those finishing touches. The wreath appears as part of the calendar sign on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. December 24th. There's the wreath from the 23rd on the sign. I hope all the children are in bed early. This animation is identical to the card A Visit from St. Nicholas. December 25th. Gather around the tree for the festive finale. There's the wreath from the 23rd on the sign. That concludes the 2010 Village Advent Calendar. Up next is the 2011 London Advent Calendar. Since I don't have the first 4 calendars, I had to rely on information from other sources for the 2011 London Advent Calendar. This includes referencing identical animations from cards on Jacquie's site, as well as those from the 2021 London Advent Calendar. I will only be showing a small number of screenshots for each animation or activity. So if you want to enjoy a more extended experience, watch the second video from my playlist, London 2011 by Callie M. And if you want to enjoy the new and improved version of this calendar, purchase the 2021 London Advent Calendar from Jacquie's site. But don't wait too long, because it will only be available for purchase in 2022 until maybe late October. I will be reviewing this calendar in part 6 of this series. Installing the calendar placed a snow globe on your desktop that you double-click to launch the app. The London calendar costs $3 US, with a discount if multiple copies were purchased at the same time. Welcome to the 2011 London Advent Calendar. This screen came up if you played with the calendar before December 1st. I have no idea what the puzzle looked like. The calendar had a single opening page. It had a working clock, and you could see a daytime or nighttime view depending on when you played. Clicking on a red ornament took you to the current day's activities or animations. Gold ornaments were for future days, and green for past days. The date and a description of the animation or activity for that day was displayed at the top or in a small box depending on the version you ran. As you can see at the bottom, you had the option to go to the menu, shrink the village back to the snow globe icon, get information, I see an information center in the cityscape, assemble a puzzle, or cycle through the days. The nighttime view showed the phases of the moon. Each animation was accompanied by music which I won't play to honor the copyright. The calendar had 21 days of animations that were more oriented toward the flavor and sights of the city than being as holiday-oriented as in the first calendar. At least 2 of the animations were not holiday-themed. This was the first time an art gallery exhibit was featured. The calendar also included 3 days' worth of activities with an additional puzzle. It started the current tradition of using the 25th to summarize the days leading up to Christmas Day. A quick side note about the information feature. In the 2015 Victorian Advent Calendar, there was an information center, a secondary screen with a series of daily books explaining traditions depicted on each day of the calendar. I have no idea what sort of information was provided in this London calendar. Now let's begin on December 1st. The days are counting down to Christmas, and what better place to start than at Big Ben? This animation is identical to day 17 of the 2021 calendar. December 2nd. Time to dress the tree and really get into the spirit of Christmas. Feeling creative? This is a very basic Christmas tree maker compared to the 2021 London tree maker, which has many more options. December 3rd. Do you know London? Jump onto the eye to get the big picture. This animation is identical to day 1 of the 2021 calendar. December 4th. Market Day. Off to Covent Garden to stock up with flowers, vegetables, and Christmas fare. This animation is nearly identical to day 8 of the 2021 calendar. December 5th. It's Monday, and a cold one. Warm yourself up by popping into a restaurant. This animation is nearly identical to day 8 of the 2021 calendar. December 6th. Not many shopping days till Christmas. Hop on a bus to get into town. This animation is nearly identical to day 3 of the 2021 calendar. December 7th. There's a chill in the air. Fingers crossed for a white Christmas. This is a very basic snowflake maker compared to the one contained in the 2021 London calendar. December 8th. Today, the only place to be is Trafalgar Square. Be there. This animation is nearly identical to day 16 of the 2021 calendar. December 9th. The Christmas rush is building, and we are thinking holidays. December 10th. Today's the day for a very important job. This animation is nearly identical to day 23 of the 2021 calendar. December 11th. It's been a momentous year for Westminster Abbey. Time to reflect at a Christmas service. This animation is nearly identical to day 19 of the 2021 calendar. December 13th. Notice that the train goes by the village that's in the 2010 Advent calendar. Have you posted your letter to Santa yet? Wouldn't it be fun to pay him a visit? This animation is nearly identical to day 22 of the 2021 calendar. December 14th. Pomp, circumstance, and mischief at the palace today. I believe Jacquie included this animation as a nod to the Queen's Diamond Jubilee in 2012. This animation is nearly identical to day 18 of the 2021 calendar. December 15th. Bring the countryside into town by decorating your windows and doors. December 16th. Shopping in South Kensington? Take a break and enjoy the National History Museum. This animation is nearly identical to day 20 of the 2021 calendar. December 17th. Bell ringing at St. Paul's. Practice makes perfect. December 18th. Ornament 18 in the first screenshot corresponds to the National Gallery of Art. Here are a couple of closer shots of the building. I have no examples of the artwork that was shown for this day. December 19th. Callie M. didn't include this day in her video. These screenshots are from the Chasing Gold card on Jacquie's website. I think this was the original animation for 2 reasons. First, the 2012 Summer Olympics were being held in London. Second, on December 7th of the 2021 London calendar, you can see Ted running to get to a cricket field along the same route as Chudley and the cat followed to get to the Olympic Stadium. I show this in side-by-side shots. December 20th. In the 2010 calendar, I believe the same shaped building was called Bev's Crafts and represented the activity of present wrapping. I think it represented the same activity in 2011. December 21st. Snowball fight at Peter Pan statue, Kensington Gardens. At the end, the boy says, "Merry Christmas." This animation is nearly identical to day 11 of the 2021 version. December 22nd. Penguins at the London Zoo. This animation is nearly identical to day 10 of the 2021 calendar. December 23rd. Get away from all the hustle and bustle. Take a boat trip down the River Thames. This animation is nearly identical to day 15 of the 2021 calendar. FYI, the 2021 London Advent Calendar and the 2011 London Advent Calendar share 15 animations between them. Two of the activities, Christmas tree decorating and snowflake making, that take place on specific days in the 2011 calendar, take place in the London flat in 2021 instead. December 24th, Christmas Eve. A poetic prelude for bedtime, as if you need reminding. This animation is nearly identical to the Night Before Christmas card. December 25th, Merry Christmas! This begins Jackie's Advent Calendar tradition of using Christmas Day to summarize what happened on previous days. This concludes Jackie's 2011 London Advent Calendar and Part 1 of this retrospective. Please view Part 2, which includes the 2012 Alpine Village and 2013 Edwardian Advent Calendars.